Imagine two generals leading Allied forces against the Nazis in World War II. One charges forward like a thunderstorm, fast, unpredictable, and terrifying to the enemy. The other builds his attacks like a master chess player, slow, calculated, with every piece in place. George S. Patton's offensives often shocked the Germans, leaving them scrambling. But Bernard Montgomery's? The enemy frequently saw them coming. Why was that? Today, we're exploring the stark differences in their tactics and why Patton's style created surprise while Montgomery's didn't. Let's dive in. First, who were these men? George S. Patton, the American firebrand, was known as Old Blood and Guts. He believed in aggressive, mobile warfare. Patton saw tanks as modern cavalry, designed for deep penetrations, flanking maneuvers, and keeping the enemy off balance. His motto? Attack, attack, and attack again. Speed was everything. He famously said, "A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week." On the other side, Britain's Bernard Montgomery, Monty, to his troops, was the victor of El Alamein. He was cautious, methodical, and hated unnecessary risks. Montgomery preferred set-piece battles, massive preparation, overwhelming artillery and air support, and concentrated forces to crush the enemy with superior firepower. He built up supplies, trained relentlessly, and only attacked when victory seemed certain. His approach minimized casualties but took time. Why did Patton's attacks shock the enemy? Patton's philosophy was rooted in surprise and exploitation. He used speed to disrupt German plans. Forward scouts probed for weak points, then armored columns exploited them rapidly. No digging in, constant movement. A classic example, the Sicily campaign in 1943. Initially, Patton's 7th Army was supposed to protect Montgomery's flank, but when Monty bogged down against tough defenses, Patton seized the initiative. He raced westward to Palermo, then swung east to Messina, beating Montgomery to the prize and cutting off German retreat routes. The Germans were stunned by his bold flanking moves. Even bigger, the Battle of the Bulge in December 1944. Hitler launched a massive surprise offensive through the Ardennes. While others reeled, Patton turned his entire Third Army 90 degrees north in days during winter and smashed into the German flank at Bastogne. German commanders later admitted Patton's rapid response caught them when they were overextended and vulnerable. The Germans respected and feared Patton. One general called him the most aggressive panzer leader of the Allies. His unpredictability came from audacity. He didn't wait for perfect conditions. He attacked where the enemy least expected, using deception and rapid maneuvers to create chaos. Now, why weren't Montgomery's attacks as shocking? Montgomery excelled at planned, overwhelming assaults, but that planning made them predictable. Take El Alamein in 1942. Facing Rommel, Monty waited weeks to build superiority, more tanks, ammo, air support. When he attacked, it was a massive frontal barrage, artillery pounding for hours, then infantry and armor advancing methodically. Rommel knew it was coming and prepared defenses. It worked. Monty won decisively, but no real surprise. In Normandy, after D-Day, Montgomery's role was to pin German armor around Caen with repeated attacks. Operations like Goodwood and Epsom involved huge buildups, thousands of bombers, artillery barrages. The Germans anticipated these set-piece battles, shifting reserves accordingly. One German officer noted Allied attacks often came after heavy, obvious preparations, systematic but foreseeable. Even Martin Garden in 1944, a bold airborne thrust to cross the Rhine, was meticulously planned but telegraphed by the massive air and ground buildup. Germans reinforced bridges just in time. Montgomery's caution stemmed from lessons of World War I: avoid slaughter. Britain couldn't afford heavy losses like America could, so he amassed overwhelming force, making attacks powerful but slower and more visible to enemy intelligence. Head-to-head, their rivalry highlighted these differences. In Sicily, Patton's improvised dash outmaneuvered Montgomery's deliberate advance. Patton got to Messina first. Crossing the Rhine in 1945, Montgomery planned Operation Plunder, a huge coordinated assault with airborne drops and massive prep. But Patton, ever impatient, secretly crossed days earlier with a hasty bridgehead. No fanfare, just speed and surprise. Eisenhower was furious, but Patton stole the thunder. Why the shock gap? Patton embraced risk for tempo. His attacks were opportunistic, fluid, hard to predict. Montgomery prioritized control and certainty, which required visible buildups. Germans could often read his intentions from troop movements and air activity. In the end, both won battles and helped defeat Hitler. Patton's aggression exploited breakthroughs. Montgomery's method rebuilt British confidence after early defeats. But Patton shocked because he embodied blitzkrieg against its inventors, turning speed into surprise. Montgomery didn't because certainty trumped shock. Their contrast shows there's no one best way to fight. What do you think? Who was more effective, Patton's boldness or Montgomery's precision? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into WWII tactics, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more history videos. See you next time.